Alright, let's go on. So I put the charger on the tablet. Hopefully will be good. I think I did it before, it was fine. Newspaper needs to charge. There we go. Alright. 11. Get the exclamation mark mods. It's not completely the full list though. Need to update that. Need to update that completely. In our list, hello. Everything goes away to Dank for a moment. Yeah, it's like whenever I turn the TV on for the preview. HDMI just starts switching like all over. I'm not sure. I'm gonna maybe try one thing there. Maybe that will do. But yeah, like one Windows update and everything is just... So yeah, just turn like some other HDMI device on and everything is go PP again. Basically that's the case. And just like flips everything around from one monitor to another. That's pretty much it. The big content update no longer a thing. I mean, I guess at this point they already kind of pieced out somewhere, I would guess. I think they probably already moved somewhere. I would think so, unless they also... Because, you know, they don't have really monetary restrictions or monetary issues. Like, for example, I have, why moving is not just, like, done. So they probably did, It's just a question of time. But I wouldn't be surprised if they did, Because everyone who could afford it pretty much did, So I'm almost positive they also did, So the restriction part is kinda, you know, really depends if they moved or not first. And second thing, I mean, there's plenty of developers who are still working and have no problems. That's the thing. Like as I said, the situation only affects a small man, you know. Let's put it that way. If the companies want to pay, if the companies want you to do stuff and pay for it, they will. There's absolutely no issues with that. There's absolutely no issues with that. All this, the sanction galore and stuff, only imposed strictly on those who are actually in the lists. Which is, like, what, I don't know, a few hundred people? I don't think they got on the list personally, so... So I don't think they are in the list themselves, If anything, no updates probably because they're either in the process of moving or probably not in the best mood to create things, you know. CCUSC. May want to get like the layer of the transparency. Do you want to do that? One sec. Do this. They did, yeah, good. Good. Yeah, I see. Major consumers of copium. Yeah, probably will take some more. Most likely. There we go. The release date is a joke, yeah. Well, that one we're about to see soon, actually. That one we will see quite soon. And thankfully it's on Game Pass and stuff, so... no one, well, at least you have an option to not risk anything, really. Outside of the time checking it out, you know. And installing it, I guess. Well, I mean, it's already preloaded, actually. It would be kind of interesting move if they would delay it now. It would be quite the move. I think at this point they're just gonna roll with it no matter what. It's gonna be enough shitstorm in general anyway. One way or another. They might as well. Just a little release it. And the Taipei game show, that one should actually... Isn't that one kind of soon? Started already. Could be, yeah, I think it's like around the Chinese New Year or something it was before now. I remember it was cancelled in 2020 with all the fiesta. It could be, it could be. Game will be good. I mean, it probably will be alright. At least artistically, it might be interesting. Not maybe the best time for the style and the plot, but you know, it is what it is. Yeah. At the peak of the booth, let's see. Yeah, they're gonna be rolling that stuff in Asia. That shit gonna sell like crazy, man. Is there an X Dilo? How we doing? They'll technically will need to get the permissions though to sell it there. If they'll manage, that's gonna be huge. That'd be kind of smart move to be honest. Because West still wants to cancel them for everything, for all the things. And in Asia, they don't give a shit. How's going, Zerenix? How's the life? Well, mold about the team, bro. There's already people calling for boycott and everything. As always, as always. And people who were mad that they didn't, you know, didn't put themselves at risk. Damn Huxer. Forming auto mod there. Let's see how it is, So the visuals you don't... Yeah, with 970 might be a bit too dank. And yeah, side of visuals, it's probably not gonna be anything crazy. I doubt it. I really don't expect anything. I really don't expect anything. Let's put it that way. I'm just kind of curious to see what it's gonna be like after all the fiesta. Will they manage to at least, you know, kind of deliver on art at least? See how it is, huh? The audio visual part. It would make Gordon on board and everything too. I only wonder. That's the only thing I'm interested in. Yes, Steve, I say. Huh? Yeah, I mean, why not? Does Twitter represent nothing sales-wise? It kind of depends, though. This like plays in the narrative that is very popular, so that's the thing. Like, you know, if that Chinese company that didn't actually release the game for months just because, you know, it used the themes, they probably know. They probably know how it works. I mean, it's way harder to fuck up Atomic Hearts, though. It's just a shooter. Like, the story probably gonna be Ulpipiega mode, Illidium. Don't need some crazy quests, crazy story, a deep narration or something, you know. It's way harder to fuck that up. Way harder to fuck that up, Oh, damn, Xeronix. Some dank medicine there. Hope you're not sick or something. Nothing crazy. Borradera.
I love you guys.
Shipshibeck. Welcome back to the dungeon. Thank you, sir. Thank you, man. Thank you. Appreciate a lot. Thank you, sir. Alright, let's see. The gameplay video? Oh, and Atomic Hearts? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I mean, I'm just gonna play it, so whatever. Probably automatically, I see. Hello, Shimek. Hello, thank you, sir. Fuck are you on about? Alright, let's see. Get some of the postmortems to read today, I guess. Why not? Why not? Yeah, the gameplay stuff I probably see. Like with Resident Evil Remastered, there's also some gameplay videos. I kind of like whatever. That I'm not gonna play though, but you know, that's everyone gonna see. Yeah, I see Xeronix. I see. Alright. I hope you feel better, man. I hope you feel good. Alright. Get the filter. There's nothing to see, yeah. Yeah, the Atomic Hearts I just kind of like already want to see it myself, really. Seem decent enough amount and it's on Game Pass, so you know, that's not even a decision to make with Game Pass, it's just like, get it, you know? That's the thing. I just need to get it. This is everything I say. Scene aware. Well, let's get some a little bit of calm in. Oh, why not? Just a bit. Just a bit. Ooh, right. Let's see. All right. Some post-mortemism. 3 months later, post-mortem on a mediocre success. Hello everyone, first off, let's skip the BS. My game is a cat herder. Puzzle game about literally herding cats. Post is a copy of the one on my website if for some reason you'd rather read it there. Spent around 6 months developing Cat Herder and it's been out on Steam for 3 months as of today. So I thought now was a good time to look back and see what lessons can be learned. Then let's get started. Here's a question: is it possible to design a satisfying puzzle when the puzzle mechanics rely on random chance? Doing good, Zerenix. Doing alrighty. Getting some coffee. Getting some coffee. And then we're gonna be getting some more news recaps soon and everything. Playing more games and doing some big ones now. And the next fest is coming, so gonna be more. Some might call it a cursed problem, a fundamental conflict between a plan-focused puzzling and the inherent instability of randomness. Might be inclined to agree, which is why I spend so much time and effort trying to circumvent the issue when making Cat Herder. This is like the procedurally generated puzzles. And left to their own devices, cats will wander randomly. However, using various toys, a player can control the cat's behavior and direct them where they need to go. Puzzle in the game can be completed in a deterministic way. There is always a concrete solution. However, it is also true that every now and then you might get lucky. An approach to the puzzle might be completely incorrect, but if the RNG gods are on your side, you might get through anyways. This is a problem because it teaches the player incorrectly that relying on luck is a valid strategy. Then when they get stuck on later puzzles, their first instinct is to just bang their head against the wall waiting for the dice to come around instead of re-evaluating their approach. I'll see. That is all not fools. And the beautiful desolation, wasn't it actually on a GOG at some point or something for free? That was a different one. I recognize the name. Recognize the name. It was. Let's see. Did I recognize it right? Noise. And the new stasis. Let's see. Playing the manhunt, them son, one and only. The legendary. So it happened repeatedly. First when my friends playtested the game, and later when I was when it was played by content creators. And however, the issue is definitely way worse for the content creators, as seen when Soda Poppin, a Twitch streamer with over 8 million followers, rage quit the game after playing for just 20 minutes. Kick. So it wasn't such an issue during playtesting. Well, playtesting versus playtested effectively. Playtesting is always important, but how you go about playtesting is just as critical, especially for a puzzle game. Game was still early in development when I started having my partner and close friends try it out. So I gave lots of hints and talked a lot about my goals for the design, and I think that's fine. Yeah, when you get... Well, I mean, yeah, when you talk about design, that's fine. Not doing playtesting, I guess. Yeah, I mean, that's not exactly the indicator, yeah. Like, when Soda usually plays that stuff, I think, what is, like, should show Saturday or whatever, or something. Or Friday, whatever. When he just, like, has, like, a whole list of different games that he's kind of going through. So, yeah, he do be playing a bunch and flushing a bunch almost instantly, so that's just how it goes, huh? However, after that, I only tested the game a couple times and only saw one of those tests in person. Didn't seem to struggle too much, but that might have been just because all my friends who had already played the game were there as well. It was valuable, but it wasn't the fresh perspective that in retrospect I needed. And so for the future, doing more playtesting and doing it better is key. It's not the whole issue. Even after seeing the problem play out across numerous videos, it took me a while to really understand why it was happening. And even longer to actually think of it as a bad thing. I mean, herding cats is supposed to be frustrating, right? But the feedback mindset, something to be said about frustration as a feature, but the appeal of unconventional games and sticking to your vision. There's difference between a player feeling frustrated because a game is challenging and feeling frustrated because a game is poorly communicated. Took me so long to see that speaks to a deeper problem that unless I'm specifically in a feedback mindset, I'm glacially slow to respond them. Player messages me requesting a feature, I'm on it. If I see a recurring issue during playtesting, I note it down. However, if I see multiple streamers miss critical information because the UI has a bunch of extra info that isn't relevant yet, I apparently do nothing for a month and a half before finally implementing a trivial fix. You know, just now as I write this, realizing that I should really put in some loading screen hints between levels, so I can tell players directly that none of the puzzle solutions require random chance. Why did this take me so long? And the thing is, no one would read those during the loading screens. Not to mention, probably on many computers, especially the NASA PCs, it probably would load so fast that people wouldn't even get to read it in the first place. But yeah, I guess that should be communicated a bit. That there is no actual random required to win. Alright. Got the coffee. It'll be interesting to see the replies on that one too. The others have to say about the rage quits and stuff. For 1 year, yeah. Been a while. Been a while. Hard to accept feedback objectively, even more so when the player in question isn't having a great time. Can be easy to dismiss complaints to see that they just don't get it, but the correct response there is to ask why they don't get it, and that's a question I need to ask more often. True. That is not false. Marketing and sales, switching gears now. A game was more or less finished about a month before release, and I spent that time marketing aggressively, albeit clumsily. See below for full breakdown of the various social media strategies I used. My post performed fine. Game isn't necessarily flashy and I'm not so sure about the color palette anymore, but it's cute and silly and there are lots of places on the internet where you can talk about cats. However, I made the rookie mistake of not marketing at all during development, which was dumb. A day before release, I only had 181 wishlists. Yeah, that doesn't sound much. Doesn't sound like much at all. So how did I turn this weak start into mediocre success? Well, there's one thing I did right in this whole process. It's the opening scene of my trailer. All those cats rushing into the frame is super attention grabbing and makes for an awesome thumbnail. Posted that video everywhere and in a couple places I got lucky and it seriously took off. Good trailer is always important and I highly recommend this GDC talk by Derek Liu if you're looking for advice on how to make one. All that external traffic gave me enough of a boost that Steam itself also started helping. All told, about 53% of my traffic came from Steam. Apparently hit new and trending, but I barely got anything from that, so it must not have been very high. As you look at my visits over time, you can see the big spike at the release, a mystery spike on November 8th that I'm still confused by, and several spikes around the Steam Winter Sale. Time the major update to coincide with the sale, which seems to help. As of writing this post, here are the numbers. Impressions on Steam at 952,351, Steam page visits 179,034, wishlist 3,182, units sold 1,596. That's really good conversion though, holy shit. It's like from 3,000 wishlists, 1,005, like half basically converted. That's super good. Reviews 30, all positive. All told, it's less than I had hoped, but more than I probably had any right to expect. This point purchases have largely stalled, but I expect that I'll see a couple hundred more during various sales. Content creators. Manually reached out to a total of 376 content creators across YouTube and Twitch. Of those, 13 made a video, including some pretty big names like Sodapop and C-Top. Sodapop been making video. It's probably like editors from like the channel. Don't really have a way to gauge the impact of these videos. It's possible that the November 8th spike is due to Soda Poppin', but that live stream happened on November 6th, so the timeline doesn't really make sense. Outside of that, there's no obvious trends in the data that I can point to. A side note, manually researching and contacting all those creators was a massive pain, and I'm not sure it was worth it as opposed to just using something like Keymailer. I can also have a feeling that like Soda probably didn't really actually, you know, like got the stuff from the dev. It probably was like just him browsing like his spreadsheet that that Vulpes I think is making for him. So he probably just saw the game there and, you know, played it. That's most likely it. Just because he was looking for some. As you can even see him. On November 6th, you say. Can we see that? Can we see that? Yeah, sure. I think Sunday. There's a shit show Sunday, I actually don't remember. But basically, it seems like that sounds about right, probably. I mean, especially it probably could be like the time zones and stuff. So yeah, most likely was just like looking for a bunch of meme stuff to play. And it's nice if you manage to get to the list of meme stuff, though, I have to say. Vulpes probably can become corrupt at this point. Just getting money from devs to put their game in the list. The game plan, do you know? The game plan. Alright, where was it? Where was it? Alright, there it is. That was definitely my biggest source of traffic, and that's almost entirely due to this post on On the cat subreddit, alright. That's what people making the cats games do, huh? You just go to all the subreddits and communities where the cat people hang out. Easy life. So I have no idea how it didn't get taken down, but I'm eternally grateful. I also managed a bunch of users that had previously DM'd me about the game, but ended up getting banned from Reddit for 3 days for spamming. Don't do that. Amogus and Vampire Survivors got popular? Oh, because they were on the Sodas list? Pretty much. Well, Amogus wasn't that random, though. Amogus was... like, it wasn't just in the list of random games. I think he was just, like, looking for some game to co-op with someone. So it was kind of at least, like, you know, like, conscious search, sorta. But yeah, I think Vampire Survivors, I think I was even there, I remember. I think so, around that time that, yeah, I think it was in the list or something. So it just like every like Saturday or Sunday, I don't remember, like on weekend basically, he has like one of his mods compiling like a huge like spreadsheet in Google with all the like releases, with kind of like some small description, price, link, all that stuff. So he like goes through that and picks some stuff to play pretty much, like a whole bunch of shit to play in one stream. There's a lot of meme stuff. There's basically everything that was out pretty much, like including some like super meme games, super ding stuff. So then he just goes through it and like plays a little bit, something, you know, catches, and he plays longer and stuff. And I think that's where the Vampire Survivors was, I think, yeah. Let's see, Steve, let's see. But yeah, I think like not a lot actually look for the review keys and stuff, especially on like on the bigger side of things. That's already more kind of like, you know, looking for, especially when like, I guess like for a lot of big streamers, it's already like management companies handling the communication and stuff, right? And like imagine you have like email from like EA, like, yo dude, we have like this new game to play, here's the bag. And the management company gets percent of that bag, so they're like, yo bro, here you go, there's EA game to play, here you go, here's the bag, we already got some out of that. And then someone sells like, yo guys, I just made my first game, like, do you want to check it? It's just kind of like, that goes in the garbage, you know, because managers don't get anything out of it, right? They don't get any like money or something from that. Like, why? Like, they probably don't know if streamer is sitting there like looking, what to play, I don't know. They just kind of, right, that doesn't pay, get out. And this is something like, I don't know, Bloodborne 2 preview key. Maybe if they will see that, then it will be like, oh damn, that's good shit, we're gonna give it to that streamer. Other than that, I think, yeah, whenever like you contact through some managers, they just kind of like, this all automatically just goes into the trash bin. Especially since usually there is a bunch. Like even I'm like being who, there's still like regularly some like emails with that stuff coming through. And like in the more like mailing lists you get, the more you even get them, then like a bunch ends up in the spam already. So like most people don't even check that. Like I regularly like dig some stuff out of the spam. No sad day, but it's on the weekend. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. So like he even says that he's like, you know, like it was a good thing that he's contacted content creators, but I'm pretty sure like in case of like Soda and the most successful probably one, that was just luck most likely. Companies, yeah, I was actually thinking about it, yeah, because it's kind of easy to do. You just have like a bunch of like, you need the points though, right? I'm not sure if you can automate the points farm on channel, because technically if you can get like, if you're a marketing agency, you just like get a bunch of like accounts on Twitch and stuff. Well, yeah, that it's not a lot, but like you need to farm them. I'm not sure if you can somehow like farm them on many. Like, can you like get like multiple like browser windows or something with different? I mean, you probably can if you have like enough knowledge, hacker money. Just get like the farm of accounts, yeah, and then you just like nominate your game on Lyric Sub Sunday, and like poof. There was one I think last week or before last, postmortem, like some about some game that went like super crazy because Lyric played it on Sub Sunday basically. Or is it one I still haven't checked? There was one, I think. Oh yeah, there was one. ooh, what was the name? Some Sky Merchant or something like this. Like it got to his sub Sunday, and thanks to that, pretty much that was like the main source. Like dude got like a few 100,000, I think, from the game, pretty much. Even though like all the other games are like, you know, $10,000, like $50,000, and that one was like 600,000 or something. I mean, it's not like only that, but that probably was a huge factor. Because also how the algorithms and stuff work is just, you know, you get like good start and then you just kind of like go ham. Like it's gonna put you in like the new and trending, you know, popular and all that stuff, and it's just kind of like you just farm that. Yes, these ratings, I say. Yeah. That was like, you know, like who was that? Was it Burger King or someone else who was like making that this like case that everyone was molding, right? That they sent like $5 donation to streamers and got free advertisement for like some event or some shit in Burger King. And they were like positioning it as some sort of like super 5-head advertisement and marketing. No, there's like way more smart ways to do it. There are way more smart ways to apply it. Or same whenever like they do some sort of like votings on like Reddit and stuff. Yeah, like people who are really into it, you could just have like your own farm and just manipulate that, and no one even gonna notice that. Oh yeah, U.S. Army as well. Yeah, true. And that would be more subtle, more smart. Like it's not, you know, like because don't know obviously it's like, gosh, okay. Like, so, like, do you want to check the game? Oh, I found the random. Look at the trailer. I found random game. Yeah, bro. All right. It might be actually true though, but like from what I've seen, especially the chat reactions, everyone is kind of like, oh shit, the dev don't know. And then yeah, you just kind of like nominate your game to the sub Sunday or something. Poof, there we go. Yeah, maybe someone already farming that shit. Who knows? Maybe. That'll be very fun. If someone does that, that will be fire. Hilton, hello. How we doing, man? Yeah, I was actually thinking about it. I was thinking about like how is it doable to do something like that? That would be interesting. Like easy marketing. But most of those marketing, they just like literally just end up sending a bunch of like emails and keys to the list of content creators. That's pretty much all they do. Some are kind of like more smart. Some at least know content creators what they do. Like there was one guy who constantly sends me like the bangers that I pretty much almost play and almost agree because they're like my jam. And there is also, they started sometimes now, like for example for the Builder Fest, right? On Steam recently, they sent like a compilation, like, oh yeah, there are these games on like the Builder Fest that you can play. Like just request the key if you want on any of those. Here is the list. For next fest, they also sent like, oh, if you're interested in something, here's the list too. So there's some compilations and stuff. Send 200 emails, get one reply. Yeah. Some games and subs on really shouldn't be there as basic asset flips. I see. It could be. Oh, so Steo. Hey, Shimek is here, right? Shimek also doing some Blender, even though he's not maybe super professional, but he also does some Blender stuff. 200 emails, one reply. Yeah, sometimes it just ends up in the spam. Like I regularly like fish out some emails from the spam from like developers and everything sending shit. Let's see what I say. The thing is like you just need to kind of like make it first, and then it's kind of like goes on its own already. It's basically the same as on Twitch and stuff, and everywhere else, I guess, too. Like as soon as you kind of got some sort of kickstart, then it gets way easier. But this like the beginning, the swamp as I call it on Twitch, when like the viewers swamp basically, when you stuck at this like 10-20 viewers level, it's really hard to get out of there. Same probably with development basically. If you kind of stuck below some sort of level that level actually grows every year basically. Like nowadays you can get stuck probably below like 100 or something easily. Like I mean, kinda. Yes, if you like, I see, yeah. Make a game that looks good on GIFs. Yep, GIFs like even tell you better. Make it look good in TikTok. That's pretty much it. So like not exactly GIF, but a bit more than GIF, you know, a bit more. If you manage to get it in that format huge, then bro, it's just like it's easy, it seems like. Like if you make something captivating in the format of that, how much like, well, it's 3 minutes max, right? But like you can make way smaller probably, like I don't know, 30 seconds or something. Then you're probably gonna be rolling. Make a meme game, yeah. Not like meme stuff, but like either something that is like super flashy and everything and looks cool. Let's see what I say. Yeah, you need like GIFs to put in the Steam page. The GIFs are really good though. Like sometimes I catch myself like I might not really look at the trailer or something, but I can scroll down and see some GIFs and at least see them, you know. Make a Wii game, yeah. The juice. Get the juice, my doggy. I see. I gotta get the juicy look to it, alright. I mean, like, I mean, I guess you can call it that way. I would say, like, what was the, like, you know, there is, like, I think it is an English word, too, like, photogeny, you know, like, when, like, person is photogenic. So, like, you have a photo of the person, it looks good in every photo, pretty much, right? That's kind of the same stuff. Like, you need to make the game that will be look, but not in photo, but in the short clip. Like, it should have, like, some nuance, no, not nuance, some visual appeal that translates well through the video. Because like you take some sort of like card game, for example, and it's just like, you know, playing card, poof, damage, and another card, poof, damage, and then it hits you, poof, damage. I mean, at least on basic level, not really. If you make all those takes damage and like show the card, like take the Beneath Eresa, right? When it's also, you basically just use the cards, but your character actually goes and does like, you know, like a whole combos and everything. So like you play more cards and character just actually moves and does all that stuff with like a sword and everything with different hits. That already, if you show, that will be like Pog. That will be already, even though it's a card game, that will be photogeny. That will be something that people probably on like TikTok or whatever gonna enjoy. You don't watch the juice talk, waste a lot of time. I see, alright. Gotta watch that, gotta watch that. Yeah, well done, yeah. Well, on GIFs, I think it's doable, though. Like, on like, if it's GIF for the store page, I think that's whatever. Because if people already, like, on the store page, they most likely already understand what they're looking at. Like, for example, I like card games, right? I go to the GIFs, I don't need, like, some flashy shit happening. If it's, like, you know, smooth and everything, like say the Spire or something, like, it just shows, you know, you, like, get this move, it shows, like, the arrow and everything, and then you can see how it works in the GIF. That's good enough for me. But if for marketing, yeah, you need to make it flashy. Take a page out of mobile art books, nothing like a game. Yeah, I mean, could be that, yeah. Make it super flashy and stuff, then they get people in. You can use it, I guess, kind of like the, how do you say, like the adaptation. You just get like something super crazy over the top and flashy on like TikTok. Then they go to the Steam page, there is already like trailer and GIFs are already a little bit more mild. And then in the game you like barely even get that, but people already kind of like reduce the expectations slowly. But yeah, like there are like games, there was like some like horror stuff I think that got somewhat viral. I think it was the one that looked kind of like the body dash cam connected or something. Like it's not flashy or anything, it's nothing like crazy, but it looks like people see that, they think it's some sort of like, you know, actual IRL video or something, someone posting, and then boom, it's a game. Like, oh, that's cool. That's very realistic and everything. It's like it should be something that like gets, like, I wouldn't, like, I mean, obviously if you make everything like super juicy, then yeah, true, I guess. Otherwise you just need like to find this like one hook pretty much. But again, if it's like TikTok, you kind of want to post shit regularly, right? So you need the game to be able to generate those clips easily. Like I noticed, for example, with Oblivion, easily. Like Oblivion is one of the few games, I guess, that I play that I can like just go into any, like even remembering, just go back to any VOD and just like get at least like a couple of clips probably that will be worth posting somewhere, because there's gonna be some shit going on that is hilarious, like 100%. So yeah, even though like the game is also old and not super flashy, but you can just like find some shit, and like I posted on Twitter some of those and was good. Like one I posted, actually, yeah, one with the guy running back and forth when I was in this tower thing in one of the first streams, right? That one I posted when I saw like Starfield was trending. I was like, all right, hashtag Starfield, you know, can't wait for Starfield, and posted this video. That one went like pretty good. There was a bunch of people watching from like outside of my follower list. Second one I already posted just without any hashtags. That was only my followers, but there was like a lot of how you say proper engagement with that tweet. Yeah, that one, Steve. Yeah, that one was second one. That one was already without hashtags. It wasn't like some new people kind of liking that stuff, but that was like a lot of engagement with your audience already. And yeah, like you literally can just like almost every stream you can like think of some moment that happened that you can just go back, just clip it and ship it, and good. Even though it's like nothing crazy like visually, no, you know, not that much juice, I guess, but it's just like some moments that are really good to capture that way. But yeah, that's a talk I should watch. True. And GIF's also really nice for the Steam page and everything. I would say so. Didn't really get Twitter at first, and maybe I still don't. However, what's become apparent to me is that unless you get lucky with a viral post, growing a following on Twitter requires a fair bit of active engagement and effort. I would even say growing a following on Twitter is like really hard, I would say. Your growth on Twitter pretty much going to be correlating with your growth on whatever platform you do stuff. Like as a dev, I guess like how big your game and how big your Twitter will be exactly correlating. So like growing Twitter super hard on its own without growing the game is going to be probably not super possible unless you use some Hackerman stuff, like some mass following and stuff. I'm not sure how those even work. I remember when we were in social media marketing and back in the day with my friend, there was like a special software we were using for that stuff. But like it's still kind of pointless though. I still see a lot of people who do that, by the way. Like if you see some account with a lot of followers and a lot of following, someone most likely was using some interesting services there. Look for announcements on Twitter. Well, I mean, you need like Twitter is more, yeah, in my opinion. Even though like if you snipe the right hashtags, it's good. But the thing is, a lot of hashtags that are kind of like the textbook hashtags, they already so kind of overused that they're kind of pointless, in my opinion. Like if you do some like there's like Screenshot Saturday or something, right? Like those maybe might be browsed sometimes by other people too, but like a lot of like the game dev centered ones is just like a bunch of game developers basically following and liking each other, which is, I mean, also good, right? But it's not your audience. Let's put it that way. They become diluted. Like everyone already knows those. Like they knows what happens there. They knows that people use it to promote their stuff. So like if someone is interested, like I know some streamers, for example, like they can like dig out something good. Like, you know, you just like sit there, what to play, let's like see what's happening, and you go there and you find something and you like retweet it or something, but that's really rare. Extremely simple game that has everything. Yep, that is nice indeed. That's a nice one indeed, eh? But yeah, Twitter also like has now they plan to, not plan, they're already doing like all the boosted posts and stuff, right? So they reduce the natural kind of engagement. You can even see like sometimes I see on like the view counts on the posts, for example, you can see that they're like going lower and lower, even though like I have the same following, same everything. It's the same tweets I post pretty much most of the time, which is kind of bad too. But still, it's like it's the same like notification board for people with some other info here and there, and it's mostly the same engagements all the time, and they're going lower over time. And now like people predict that it's gonna be just like same with like Facebook and Instagram, when like the natural discoverability gonna be cocked, and it's all gonna be about, you know, pay for ads, pay for boosted posts and stuff. Then sure, here's your new audience. But if not, then well, enjoy what you have. Yeah, exactly, Ultan. Like with hashtags, you need to snipe something that is like going. Like what like the Starfield was trending, right? I just posted a meme video from another Bethesda game with the kind of like the sarcastic intent, and that got some traction a little bit. It wasn't, you know, like thousands, 2,000 and stuff. It was a little bit of traction. Like got maybe even like one follower from that or something, you know. That's quite rare. That's quite rare. But yeah, like I feel like it's good if you already like do like the game dev or something else you do for a while, and then maybe like start work on another game or start doing something else. You already have 3,000 13,000 views on it. Yeah, that's kind of not too bad. Nothing crazy, but not too bad. So you can still like try to snipe something, even though it also like different views, I would say, because like for example you go in some like big tweet, right? Someone posted and you look at the replies. Now that you see the numbers, right? How much it was viewed, you can see on some replies like insane amount of views and stuff. But it means nothing, you know. Or even like original tweets has like a lot of engagement, but means nothing. They just posted some meme or something that got viral, but you know, nothing out of it. Because I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Maybe TikTok does work differently in that sense. And I think right now it might be kind of the way to go, to be honest, from what I've read so far and everything, that like for the game promotion, that's like the best right now. I guess like the YouTube shorts and stuff also in the same category, but all the other networks, like social networks, are kind of fucked. Because on Twitter, you're probably not gonna even like reach your audience. If anything, you're either gonna reach other devs, which is also good, I guess, right? Networking and stuff, why not? I'm pretty sure there's like a bunch of publishers probably also looking through all those like screenshot Saturdays and stuff, and maybe like trying to fish something interesting, you know, before it exploded and stuff. Could be. When you did a viral tweet, got like 10 sales out of it. I see. There was like one case where they check that one before I could return to that at some point. There's actually also huge post about I think Amogus like content strategy, how they like advertised. I wanted to read this one, but that's like actually like the paper, PhD paper. So we'll need like dedicated time for that to check because that was huge. We'll see. But yeah, Twitter I think is like nice already to work with your audience. Like it's sort of like it's a place where you bring your audience, you know, to like so they can get updates and everything, you know, this kind of stuff. But I mean also like all those like if you manage to snipe some hashtags, that's nice. That's nice. Being said, I made some great connections on there, exactly. In particular, I was contacted by a dev team completely by accident, put out a game called Cat Herders with an S soon after my game released. Thought it was pretty funny and we both decided to just go with it. Okay. Yeah, the connections are better in that sense, that's for sure. Mastodon, oh damn son, that's a rare one there. With all of Twitter's everything lately, I thought I'd try this one out. Surprisingly, it's actually become my most successful platform after Reddit, with the second most followers and store page visits. Damn son. Absolutely recommend checking it out, though like Twitter it requires active engagement, so keep that in mind. That's the new one. You can become one of the few Mastodon Frontier explorers. Tumblr. Posted there with basically zero expectations and was surprised to actually get a fair amount of engagement. Don't get Tumblr at all, to be honest, but they like cats. That might also be kind of the part of the reason, though, because game about cats, you just like the cat pictures, dude. People like those, whatever you post them. TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts. The nifty thing about these platforms is if you make a video for one, you've already made a video for the other two. That being said, following the various trends and editing the videos takes a lot of time, and even when they do well, people aren't likely to visit your store page. I wouldn't personally recommend this one. That's an interesting take, alright. Kinda. It doesn't recommend. Well, I mean, I heard that, like, in the social media marketing circles when people try to like when I went to check how's like the YouTube monetization going, Then there is like a forum that we were using before with friend when we were working on websites that is about like search engine optimization, social media marketing, this kind of stuff. So I went and like, you know, the YouTube section and stuff, and they were discussing like the TikTok shit there. And yeah, like the ratio, like the CTR and everything on the TikTok videos is atrocious. Like to get people to go to click and stuff is really hard. But that's the thing, like I think you don't really like get them to go click through the links in the page. You kind of like genuinely need to like catch their attention, make them interested in the game. Like it's not like exactly like the baiting them on the page. It's like you need to do everything there on TikTok. Like you need to kind of convert them in the customer right there, and then they already will go and wishlist your game because they found it interesting. But it's not gonna be kind of like bait to like go to page and like watch the rest and stuff. You kind of need to make them interested there already. I think so, at least because yeah, people don't really click other sites there, especially considering like the structure of the platform, even right, with all this browsing constantly. Like you know, like oh shit, like let's click this, oh then let's go back, and then where was I and stuff. You just like, you know, keep going. Maybe later you will remember and like, oh shit, that was this game that looked cool. I gotta follow that or something. I ain't gonna be clicking much, yeah. At the end of the day, I think this whole thing went fine. It wasn't a huge success, it wasn't a complete flop. The game has issues, yes, but has a lot of good points too. I'm proud of them. Proud of myself for making it all the way through, developing, marketing, and releasing a game. Learned so much and plan to keep improving. Just another first game, I guess, for the dude. That's really nice. That's really nice. Oh, very good. But that's the thing. That I think is kind of like trying to make stuff that people will want to play. Like it might be not exactly something you want to make, you're interested to make. Say the same as like, you know, the what was the name with the duck, the rubber duck just floating there. That one also went like huge. But I don't think it's like something you just kind of like, oh shit, I was dreaming all my life to make a game about duck just like floating there. I mean, you never know, maybe. I see what's done, alright. Yeah, let's get another one. Yeah, and then go get to the news recap. From putting a prototype on itch.io to over 300k plays. Alright, so they're currently trying his luck for the first time with Unity and PC. Windows is the main target platform. Short write-up of my game dev journey so far, maybe it might be interesting to some of you. Working the game idea for about 4 months when I started to question myself if the game is any fun to play at all. So I put together a working prototype to host as a WebGL version on itch to see what other players are thinking. Can definitely recommend this step. Post a few links to the game on Reddit and got a surprising amount of positive feedback. Then proceeded to grow an audience on each Reddit and Discord. I would say I posted around 1-2 times per week to different subreddits and my number of Discord members was around 50. Got to 10k plays, i.e. the game was loaded 10k times. When I got lucky and got covered by Splattercat. Luckily I put my Steam page up just a week or so before the video, and the game went from around 100 wishlists to over 2.5k within a few days. Splattercat's coverage also brought in some donations via itch, which definitely helped a lot with motivation. Then got approached by someone from Crazy Games, it's a platform that hosts browser games and shares some of the ad revenue with the developer. Didn't think much about it, as submission is free and you might get a few extra bucks. However, the game did unexpectedly well there. Still playing that stuff there, huh? And received over 220k plays with 86k unique players since early December. And combined with the itch stats from before, since recently I changed my itch to redirect to crazy games, this sums up to over 300k web plays so far. Also hosting the demo on Steam since December, it has been played by over 4k players there, and I'm currently sitting at 5k wishlists and 500 followers on Steam. Going to participate in Steam Next Fest in the upcoming week, so let's see what this can do for the numbers. Pretty happy with how this is progressing so far. Let's see where the journey goes. List of things that didn't work for me regarding marketing of my game. Posting on Reddit, clearly see spikes in players and wishlists related to my Reddit posts, especially Indie Sunday on r/games can be very useful. Building community on Discord. Discord currently at 350 members, and their feedback and comments help me a lot with staying motivated and coming up with new ideas. Posting on Twitter. Didn't get too much traffic from there, but I got some interesting conversations, and the indie dev community there is quite nice. Alright, so another one basically with Twitter being connections, pretty much. Things that worked meh. Posting on 9gag. Damn, son. I had one somewhat successful post, 370 upvotes and 153 downvotes. Yeah, most 9gag users tend to downvote your game dev posts immediately and they will disappear. Things that did not work for me so far. Also tried hosting a game to other free web platforms like GameJolt and Newgrounds. Game did not even reach 100 plays there, and I deleted my submissions again. Reaching out to content creators. So far I got 0 replies. TikTok would probably need to spend more time on that platform. Imgur, what the hell? So like pretty much this is like one of those pretty much that like if you get like covered by someone big, you done did it. If not, then well, nothing works. Pretty much. Pretty much. It's gonna be the right kind of a weird zebra, exactly. I guess. Horror fans play anything. I mean, kinda true actually. Kinda true. It's going into the mixed bag. I need to be careful how you handle replying to people. Yeah, I think you need to separate that stuff. And I think also minimize the interactions. In my opinion. But I do agree. Having experience with Discord for a very long time, I do agree it is quite a mixed bag. It is. And seeing some other like game dev Discords that I was a part of before, it is. Yeah, it's too much. It's a lot of work. Yeah, you basically need to rely on people who just want to kind of help and well, who want to volunteer most likely, because not like indie developer you'll be ready to pay the mod salary. Like I would love to do it as a streamer and as a game developer if I would get to it, right? Well, I will get to it, but to that extent, right? I would love to, but ain't nobody got money for that. Let's put it that way. Yeah, it's like the one Songs of Conquest dude, right? Who just got a bit too entitled there, and then got kicked from the Discord and started like shitting all over it and like in the Steam reviews and stuff. Yeah, you can get that too. Like you also get the parasocial shit pretty much there going on. They're very entitled and everything. I would say like in general, you should probably like with the game dev Discord, I would say just like have like some sort of like feedback room and try to keep everything like in kind of like the game oriented, you know, non-personal stuff. Like general chats and stuff, like get out. Like you want to chat with someone with something, you have other servers for that probably that are more fitting. This is just like, you know, feedback. Maybe like a little bit some of the stuff that could be like, I don't know, like something more fitting, I guess, for the game dev Discord. Maybe like where streamers can like promote their own streams for other to watch and stuff, like announcements and everything. But yeah, I think like the like more private stuff you should probably just kind of minimize there. In my opinion, like maybe kind of like make it some sort of like themed or something. Like not just like general when that's gonna start becoming a fiesta. And a lot of people probably getting banned regularly and stuff like this. That would be Not the best idea to get all the parasocial fears to go in. Moderating your Discord a lot of work. I'm hesitant to put one up. Currently using mailing list of 100 people from a playtest. Several players have asked for one. Moderating Discord is surprisingly easy. I thought it would be way more work, but maybe I'm just lucky. Another one also. Been running medium-sized Discord servers, 1-2k users. I think nowadays 1-2k users is like small, very small. Like I think mine would like pretty much being invite only almost, and like sub only sort of, even in a way kinda. And it's still like managed. I don't remember how much was there, like few hundreds I think. So like if you have like the open invitation stuff, I guess 1k and stuff is kinda small, very small. All right, anything else? Anything else here? Could actually look at how other companies and stuff handle the Discord stuff too. That would be interesting. You're right. Quebec. Ari. Mark, this one is red too. And the people approximately, let's see. Yeah, as I said, like 1k or something is nothing, dude. This nothing. You're right. These done. I see you then, alright. Post meme and roll out new emojis. I mean, I guess you can kind of move on just to like Discord monetization in a way. Like they did something for the monetization there, right? So I guess technically you kind of can. It might be even better, but nah, like I'm like, nah. Seeing how they handled all the like the partners and stuff before with a lot of streamers, nah. I wouldn't get serious with those guys whatsoever. Just another platform. Just another platform you need, where you can collect feedback and have some conversations with people, and where you have audience that you can direct like different games and stuff. If you're making multiple, I think other than that, wouldn't get too up and personal with any platform existing. The best stuff is to work with the like your own stuff, in my opinion. Or better, like promote everything, right? But just don't focus too much on something and make it like your home. Because if you don't own it, and then it's not exactly home worthy. Make website and stuff, mailing list. This way better, but less interactive. News before the game now with emojis, I see. I mean, yeah, no. Whatever floats your goat. If it works, why not? Why not? Probably less stressful than making a game. That's for sure. Yeah, I should look into it more actually. Well, that's an interesting topic too, how different devs do that. Like I'm in a couple of them. I am in a couple of them. Yeah, I think like for example, like the drug dealer sim had had like an army of mods pretty much. And I think they even kind of like closed it sorta to the public in a way. until you like do some stuff there, so you get access to all the channels and stuff. Because people are actually going, you know, to discuss the actual drugs and stuff there and other shit. So they did have a whole army there going on. Oh yeah, sometimes people just try it like way too hard. Like the community building is nice, but yeah, you always need to have the boundaries on. It goes for everything, not just game dev. There always should be boundaries, and people do like, you know, like the movie nights in Discord and everything. Like for game devs especially. That's like one wrong step later down the line, and you'll have those people, you know, sending you death threats and everything instantly. Because they thought we are friends, brother. You're like my brother, like a brother to me. And then you made card mechanics in your game. Now I'm gonna find you and end you. Alright. Let's see what's